My first time.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is an exciting video like all my other videos. Duh. Today I'm doing the my first time tag where I tell you guys and show you guys, because I have clips and videos of events that happen throughout my lifetime. Before we start this video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and you also click that subscribe button because I post as much as I can. I've been trying to post once a week, but sometimes, you know, I have spring break and stuff. Speaking of spring break, on my vlog, I showed you guys what I did for spring break, and there's more. It's like continued. So make sure you guys look out for that. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, so the first question is, what was my first tweet? So if you go on my first tweet on Google, you go to discover.twitter.com. It sends you to there, and you put in your username. So I'm gonna put my username. And then it says my first tweet said, "Never thought I would say this, but follow me on Twitter." And it has like the lesson sign with the 3, hashtag StinnaMarie. Okay, that was December 2011, so follow me on Twitter. So the next question is my first YouTube video. So I started YouTube during the summer in 2015, so I'm going to insert a clip of my first video. It's so embarrassing because I was like so new. I knew I loved the camera, but like I felt like I was like really awkward. Hi guys, it's StinnaMarie, and I decided to do a makeup tutorial because a lot of people have been asking me how I do my makeup. First, what you want to do is start with a clean face. What's good about the container is that you can use the top to put your makeup in, so it's easier to apply. Since I've always been a fan of a bold lip, I thought what better way to finish off my look with the new Victoria's Secret matte lip crayon in the color 5CN. And this would be your finished daytime makeup look. I honestly don't even think anything was funny, and I look like a crazy person laughing.
Girl, look at them eyebrows.
I know, how embarrassing. The next question is first person you subscribe to on YouTube. If I can remember correctly, like when I really got into YouTube and started my YouTube channel, I used to always watch Angel Moret. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but that I like looked up to her, and she's like younger than me, but she was like so interesting and I loved her style. Next question is, do you still talk to your first love? My first love. Okay, well, back in middle school, I thought I was in love, but it was just like the first one I ever dated. And no, we don't, well, they're still like on my Facebook, but he's like getting married and stuff. It's just so weird. So yeah, that's weird. What was your first alcoholic drink? Okay, so I don't drink, but I have tried alcohol before. The drink that I know the name of that I tried, like I felt like it was like my first time. Every time I drink, it feels like my first time because I don't really drink, was Fireball. And it's like cinnamon and it's like really strong, and yeah, I tried that. What was your first job? So I never really had like an actual job because I've been in school. So like my first job was like modeling, and like I'm signed or whatever, and I usually go to like jobs. So that's like my first job. Who was the first person to text you today? I think it was my boyfriend, and he said good morning with like a sun. What was your first car? My first car is actually my car that I drive now, and it's a pink Dodge Neon. I love that car to death. It's pink. It's pink. Who was the first person you thought of this morning? The first person I thought of this morning was probably my sister. Who was your first teacher? My first teacher was my preschool teacher. I know her name. No, I don't. But I remember my kindergarten and my first grade teacher was Miss Atkins, and I loved her class. I cried after first grade because I didn't have her anymore. Where did you go on your first ride on an airplane? My first ride on an airplane was to Jamaica. It was for my sister's like 8th birthday. So I was like 5. And I remember my parents always told me that I cried when my ears popped on the airplane. Who was your first best friend, and do you still talk? technically, I don't remember my first ever best friend because I usually call people my best friend if they're like a really good friend. So my first middle school best friend was probably my friend Olivia and my friend Dion. But I don't really hang out with either of them because they're like went on with their life. And I always try to hang out with Olivia, but it seems like she's always busy. And Dion is in a different state. So I talk to them, but we don't ever hang out. Even though I always want to, but well, with Olivia because she's still like in the area, but she's always busy. So that's that. Where was your first sleepover? My first sleepover was at my house, and I actually have pictures of that. And it was before the end of the school year party that my parents always threw for me and my sisters, and I invited all my friends there. So that was my first sleepover, and I had so much fun. We did each other's makeup. We actually made a video. I have another video on YouTube of us like during the sleepover. I was imitating this boy I really liked.
Oh my god. Yo, little mama. You got a man? Hey,
Yeah.
hey, that's mine. I know what you talking about, man. I'm gonna go get my...
Back up, shawty.
Hey,
Back up.
Hey,
Back up, shawty.
Just because I'm sure don't mean anything now. Hey.
And yeah, that was my first sleepover. What was the first thing you do in the morning? The first thing I do in the morning is use the bathroom, and then I take a shower. That's always what I do, and I brush my teeth. I make up my bed. Making up my bed, I feel like makes like my entire day a lot better. Like I just realized that like a couple days ago actually, and I felt like you know, if my bed's a mess, then I'm a mess during the day. But if I do make up my bed before I start my day, it's like my day goes like a lot smoother. I don't know if that's like a study that has already been done, like scientific study, but look at me, biology major. What was the first concert you ever went to? I've never been to a concert before, and I'd love to go to a Drake concert or a Chris Brown concert, but I've never been to a concert, so never been to one. First broken bone. I never broke a bone before. First piercing. My first piercing was actually my ears, and actually when I first ever got my ears pierced, this lady was new, and she pierced this part of my skin and my ear together, and then I had to get rushed to the hospital. Don't remember that either, so I must have been like really young. First foreign country you've been to, like I said before, my first time on an airplane was to Jamaica. The first movie I remember in detail when I was younger was probably Flubber or Lady and the Tramp. When was your first detention? Okay guys, first ever time I was in detention was when I got in a fight with this girl in high school. I think I was a sophomore. I still to this day do not know what the fight was about, and we actually became friends afterwards. She just came up to me and started fighting me before cheerleading practice. Still, like, literally did not do anything. I got detention, but I got detention into spring break because the guy that gave me detention was actually her basketball coach. And he liked me. Like, he was like really cool. So he made it like going into spring break. He made it like a Friday, and then we had, yeah, spring break. So that was my first ever detention. So yeah. Who was your first roommate? I never actually had a roommate before because I always lived off campus like for college. So I always roomed with my sisters, but I do remember during cheerleading camp I had to room with like other cheerleaders, and that didn't go so well because I didn't like when people like touch like my straightener or stuff like that. So what's the first thing you do when you get home? The first thing I do when I get home, hands down, I just told my boyfriend about this, is take a shower. Like, I feel so disgusting after I come from school, even if I didn't really have school, because people are so gross. I literally see people walk out the bathroom without washing their hands and like just blow their nose or just like sneeze in their hands all the time. So gross. So the first thing I do when I get home is take a shower. When was your first kiss? My first kiss was... My first kiss, I thought I was being so bad. I never told anybody this. Was I went behind the recreation center next to my middle school, and then I liked this boy. This boy, he went to a different school and like had to take a bus from my middle school to go to his school because he lived up the street. And I went behind the rec with him and I kissed him. He was shorter than me. He was shorter than me, so it was like a little hill, and he stood on the hill part and I stood like on the slope, and that was my first ever kiss. I I'll never forget that. That's actually the boy that's actually engaged right now, so that's pretty funny. I never told my mom or my dad this or my sisters, so that was my first kiss. This next question is kind of like the question I answered before, and it's who did you watch first on YouTube? And that was Angel Moret. But I also watch myself on YouTube, and I have old footage of myself on YouTube. My sister made a Telephone by Lady Gaga video with me and her. I'll insert a clip of that now.
Put my coat on faster, leave my girl go faster. I should've left my phone at home, cause this is a disaster. Calling like a collector, sorry I cannot answer. Not that I don't like you, I'm just at a party. Stop calling, I don't wanna think anymore. Dance floor. Stop calling, I don't wanna talk anymore.
That was embarrassing. Okay guys, so that was my first time tag. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like I said before, give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, down in the comments below, make sure you guys tell me what you guys want to see next. And don't forget to also check out my vlog. I love you guys so